All right, good morning, first grade. This is for Group Unstoppable. Group, can you turn your math books to page 289? Once you turn to page 289, take a look at number one. Now, number one asks us to write the sums. Nothing different, no new tasks that we have been working on before. Just take your time for each problem that you do come across. Let's take a look at number two. Number two asks us how many cents. So I wrote the first one on the board for us. Here we have a quarter. A quarter we know is worth 25 cents. Next, we have a dime. A dime is for 10 cents, and then we have a penny. Okay, let's begin. Let's start off with the quarters. Let's add them together. 25, 50, 75. Okay, now the three quarters together is 75 cents. Now, let's add the dime. 85. 85 plus 10 is 95. Now we have the two pennies, 96, 97. So for that particular problem, you will have 97 cents. So when you get to the next set of coins, make sure you take the time, identify how much each coin is worth, then you can add and find out the total amount of cents that you come across. Let's take a look at number three. Now number three asks us greater or less. So let's look at the first set of numbers you come across. Here we have 71 and 84. Is 71, is that greater or less than 84? What do you think? Look at that, 71 and 84. Less than, that is correct. Next, let's go over to 142 and 114. Is 142, is that greater than or less than 114? What do you think for that problem? That's correct. 142 is greater. 142 is greater than 114. That's how you solve those problems. Let's move on to number four. When it asks us to write the sums in the orange juice. Let's move on to that problem. So here we have 4 plus 3 plus 5. Let's begin. Start from the top. 4 plus 3, that is 7. Now, what is 7 plus 5? What is 7 plus 5? That is 12. That is correct. So the answer is 4 plus 3 plus 5 is 12. So when you're looking at those problems from number 4, take your time when you're adding each problem. Now let's flip the page over to page 290. Turn the page over to 290. All right, now we flip the page over. Let's look at letter A. It says mark the bubble under the answer that the question that your teacher says. Then if the answer is not here, mark in H. So let's look at letter A. We first write the letter A here so we can be able to see. Notice the answers they give us are 5, 10, excuse me. All right, so here we have this one jar right here. Supposed to be a jar, and I'm not the best drawer. Anyways, this is 10. Then you have individual marbles. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So where we see 15 at, and we will bubble that in, okay? Now look at letter B. Notice you had the tens place and the ones place. So for each item, we're going to bubble it in, all right? Now let's go over to C. Now look at row C. I'm sorry. First look at row B. Let's go back to B one more time. Look at row B. Now also, for example, say for example the answer is not here. That's when you bubble in H. Now for letter A, we found the answer, but maybe for B, you may not see the answer there. That's when you bubble in H. Now let's go back to C. Look at row C. Mark under the combination that goes with the picture. So notice there's a picture there, and there are 4 combinations. You have to mark the bubble under the correct one. Now as we go over to row D, mark under the number that is 10 more than the number on a race card. So the race card says 83. What is 10 more than 83? And that will be your answer. But if it's not there, you'll mark in H. Let's go over to E. Look at row E. Mark under the symbol that makes the fact true. All right, there's an fact right there. So if you cannot find an answer, mark under the space in H. Let's go over to F. Look at row F. Mark under the sum. If you cannot find the answer, then you mark in H. And lastly, G. Look at row G. Mark under the space that says 205. We're looking for 205. Now, if you cannot find the answer, mark under the space in H.